Okay, thank you. So as we said, this is the timeline of the current academic year that we are collecting this information, and we have already, as we said, collected these three, course files of the previous 3 semesters, and now we will send the required data to the departments at the middle of September, which is the KPIs, cohort analysis, and activities reports. After receiving these data, the departments should prepare the annual program files for all its programs and send it to the colleges in 29 September this year. And then after that, we are expecting from all the colleges to submit the annual college files at 10 November 2022 to that. And then after that, that will prepare the institutional file and send it to the Vice President office at 5 January 2023. And actually, this is as we know all that this is the third. This will be the third actual implementation for the AQAF system. And in the previous one, we sent feedback. All the after discussing and evaluating the institutional report, we are sending the feedback to all the colleges in order to continuously improve the process, the academic processes in their colleges. And this is the formal assessment calendar. And actually, this calendar, this is the formal. It is published in the website. We will see the website of the Academic Assessment Center. Specifically, we have a specific website for AQAF. It has all the resources, the academic, the calendars, the assessment calendar, accreditation calendar, and all related components related to AQAF. It is already published in the AQAF website, and we will see the website now. So, but this is, as we said, this is the formal. It is similar to what we discussed previously in this slide, but it is in a formal way. We have here the week due, the due week, and the semester here. And as you can see, we already collected, as we said, these 3 course files. It has been collected. The last, submission was 18 August, last Thursday. And then these are the next milestones for the AQAF. We will send the data, as we said. We will prepare the program file and college file, and finally we'll prepare the institutional academic quality report. And here you can see that who should submit and to whom. Okay. So the course files, by the way, the course files, it should be submitted to the department. The instructor should submit by this date to the department, not to AAC. AAC, we are expecting to receive just a summary of the submission. And as we said, there is a dedicated website for AQAF components and resources. And this is the website of AQAF. I will go to the website just to show you the structure of this website and how can you access the material or the resources there. So this is the website. Easily you can go to this website. You can just search in Google. Even if you search AQAF KFUPM, you will see the website. So you can go directly to the AQAF website, and in this website, as we said, you can see all the resources related to AQAF. The AQAF manual, which is the PDF described the whole process, whole components in detail. So you can go and read if you want to have more information about AQAF. And then you will see the assessment calendar. It is updated every year, and now it is already up to date now. You can go and see the deadlines for submitting for the submissions of AQAF in general. And then the important one is the AQAF resources. In the AQAF resources, you will see all the presentations, the templates needed, the data needed to fill your forms. Actually, if you go to the AQAF resources, mostly you will be asked to enter your KFUPM user name and password. And this is the structure of the resources. As you can see, as we said, you will see the AQAF manual if you want. It is here, PDF file. The needed data, mostly here we are publishing on yearly basis. You will see every year we have a new record or a new folder, and inshallah, in these 2 weeks, we will have the folder for 21-22. And we'll provide here the cohort analysis and the activities report by that for the departments to prepare the annual program file. And this is the templates and tutorials. All the templates and tutorials and presentations, even the workshops that we are conducting, it will be posted in this folder. And this is the course file, all the templates and presentations related to them. And then the program file, the college file also. And these are the NCAA templates for graduate programs and other presentations. So our focus today will be on this part, the course file. If you want to go to the course file, you will see all the, even there are tutorials. The tutorials, by the way, describing every field in the templates. We have, as we said, 3 templates. If you go to the tutorial, you will see, three templates for the cover page, specification, and report. And in each one, you will see definitions for the fields and terms in these detailed, definitions. And sometimes some examples also for these the 3 templates. And also in this in the course file, you will see the templates, needed templates, and it is up to date. These are the up to date templates. You will have the cover page, specification, and report, and so on. You will see all the, as we said, the material needed. And also you have in Arabic, because we have Arabic departments, so you will have also presentations as well as the tutorials, the templates in Arabic language. So this is the website of AQAF. So as we said, today we have 4 main components, and today our focus will be on the course file, which is mainly have the main templates will be the course specifications and course report. And also we have in AQAF the program file, which includes also the main templates. It has also different templates, but the main templates will be the program specification as well as the annual program report, and also the college file and institutional file. So what's the definition of the course file? The course file is the key component of AQAF. It is a source of information for other AQAF documents, and it provides detailed description about the course and its delivery. It provides assessment of student learning. It archives also the samples of student work as evidence for verification. So here, the course file, it's prepared by course. It is not by instructor. So if there is a coordinated course, we are expecting that the instructors of the course will submit the information to the coordinator, and the coordinator at the end will prepare the course file for the coordinated course. So we have only one course course file per course. And these are the 3 templates. I will go over them in detail one by one. The first template, as we said, it is the cover page. The cover page, it is it's one page. It is one page that it is like a checklist that will include, make sure that all the elements are attached to the course file. And these elements, mostly the student, work samples related to the assignments and exams and these things. So we have 16 elements. I will go directly to the template and discuss it. So this is the template. It is, as we said, it is only one page. It is like a checklist, just to make sure that all the attachments of the course file already exist. If there is some of these attachments not included in the course file, so you need to justify why it is not included. And sometimes maybe the course is not a project based, so you say that the course is not there is no project in this part, for example, and the course is not a project based, or there is no project in this course. So you need to put the reason why this part is not attached to the course file. So these are the elements. The main elements, as we said, the course specification, the course report, and then you need to also attach the syllabus, the assignments, and the 3 samples, marked samples from the assignments, the best, average, and worst. And also for the quizzes, for project, major exam, final exam, you need to put the exams and also sample marked samples from, mainly 3 samples, the best, average, and worst samples should be attached. You need to scan them maybe or put them in one folder for the course file. And also you need to attach the instructional material, slides and lectures, depends on the material in the course. And then you need to have to attach a detailed outcome assessment report. By the way, in the outcome assessment report, we have in the course report, in this template, we have a summary table for assessment, outcome assessment. This is just a summary table, but the detail should be attached also in a file, in a separate file. You need to attach how these outcomes were assessed, and detailed results and detailed analysis for this outcome assessment on the course at the course level. And then finally, you need to attach the student evaluation of the course. And in this part, as we said, the student evaluation, it has 3 parts: the instructor, the course, and the textbook. And in this course file, we need only the course and the textbook evaluation. There is also some part in the course report, this one, in the course report, there is a part to summarize the result or the analysis of the student evaluation. However, you need to attach the detailed evaluation. You need to go to the website. They have capability to print it in PDF and then attach it to the course file. The only the course and the textbook parts should be attached to the course file. So this is the first template in the course report and the course file. The second template is the course specification, and the course specification should be prepared for all courses, and is expected to be updated with program revision. It can be updated maybe in different time, but mostly this course specification will be updated every 5 years. So it is just a one document that will be every semester you need only to attach this document. You will not update anything in this document. It should be just attached to the course file. Your main work will be on the samples and on the course report for the course file. So this document we will describe it also in detail, and as we said, it has the main components of the course file. There will be a course identification and general information, a course description, objective and learning outcomes, the course contents, and there are some teaching and assessment methods and also assessment tasks. There is also the part about the office hours, dedicated office hours, learning resources, and the last part is optional, which is related to NCEE requirements. So I will go in detail to describe this course, the course specification. So this is the template of the course specifications. And as you can see, we have tried to put examples. We will describe the template based on examples. So every part will have a sample for this part. And for example, for the first page in this template, you will have also some samples. And this is the first page. In the first part, you will just add general information about the course title, code, program, department, college, and date of preparation of this course specification. And you will see here, this is an example, just filled example for this part. And then in all the templates, mostly you will have a checklist at the beginning. And you will have the first page is like a cover page. It will have main identification for the course, and it will has like a checklist for the main parts within this template. As you can see, we already discussed this in the previous slide. These are the main parts or the main sections in this template. If they are completed, you will check this as completed. Otherwise, if it is not completed, so let's say it will be, I don't know why it isn't working here, but you can check, just check with like this, if it is included. If it is not included, you need to justify why it is not included in this template. Okay, and this is example for this part, for this checklist. You will see it like this. If it is not included, I think Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
I think you're disconnected, right?
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Alaikum salam. Yes, you have just disconnected.
From where? We started the course specification in the previous.
Only few seconds, ya Doctor.
So we already discussed the checklist and these things, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Check it
okay.
and mark it and so on. Yes.
Okay, so we arrived, I think, to this part, which is the approval data. And the approval data, as we said, each course specification should be discussed and evaluated and discussed in maybe in the department console. You need to put the name, for example, department console here, and you need to put the meeting reference and the date of the approval of this course specification. And this is just example, and maybe the ICS console. This is the reference number, and this is the date of approving this course specifications. And by the way, now I think for this part from the course file, the course specification already fully automated. And now most of the departments, they have already uploaded their course specifications to the automated system. And we will see, inshallah, in the automation part, how to access this, automated system to get all the course specifications of KFUPM. Now, for this part, the course identification and general information. This is the, in this part, you need to put the course type, if it is required or elective, the credit hours, and in the credit hours, we are expecting to see it in 3 digits like this. This is the form, the standard form. Also, the level of the teacher, of course, you have multiple levels, for example, undergraduate, first year, second year, fourth year, and if it is graduate, for example, course, you need to put graduate course. And so on, the prerequisite, co-requisite, not to be attached with, and a location of, presenting this, we have only 2 locations, the main campus and the Dammam Community College. And also the mode of instruction. The mode of instruction, we have face-to-face, or we have, if you have other, you can put, if it is like distance learning, or for example, online courses. And by the way, in this part, I need to mention that it is the mode of instruction based on the design of the course. If it is designed to be online, so you need to put online. But sometimes for, if you remember the Corona situation, we go all for online, but all the courses are designed already to be face-to-face. So, so this is based on the design of the course. Most of our courses at KFUPM are face-to-face. unless maybe few courses if it is already there to be online or distance learning. So these are the main three. So you need to put the percentage. For example, some of the courses, they are hybrid. They are, I mean, designed to be in class and online. So you need to put the instruction modes and the percentage of each mode in this part. And if there are some comments in here, if you. The last part in the identification, course identification and general information is the contact and credit hours. So here you need to put the credit hours, and mostly the credit hours, the total of the credit hours should be equal to the credit hours, total credit hours that you put in this, I mean, field. And here you need just to distribute the credit hours. If you have, I mean, some of the credit hours in the lecture or in the lab. So you need, for example, for example, if it's 2 credit hours for the lecture and 1 for the lab, and you need to put also the corresponding. You need to put the corresponding contact hours. And for example, for one credit hour, the corresponding contact hour per semester is 15. For example, if the course, I mean, has 1 hour per week, so you will have 15 corresponding to 1 credit hour. 15 hours contact hours corresponding to 1 credit hour. I mean, in this, I mean, and you need to distribute. Yani, for example, if you have 1 credit hour here and 1 credit hour here, so you need to put the contact hour for each credit hour, and then you will put the total for the contact as well as for the credit hours. This is an example for this part. As you can see here, we have this course. It is 3 credit hour, 0, I mean, lab, for example, and it has the total 3 credit hours. So the credit hours, it is a lecture, I mean, pure lecture course, as you can see here. So in this case, we are expecting to see zeros in the other, I mean, parts. So we have 3 credit hours for the lecture. It is, I mean, 3 credit hours means multiplied by 15 weeks. So the contact hours mostly will be 45, and the total will be the same because there is no, I mean, lab component in this course, for example. And these are the information, just examples for the prerequisite core requisites. We don't have core requisites here. We don't have, I mean, not to be taken with, and so on. This in the main campus. And the course is purely face-to-face in class course, 100%. So the second part in the course specification is the course description, objectives, and learning outcomes. And we have some standard form for all these components or all these elements in the template. So, for example, for the catalog course description, we have standard form, which is, I mean, already published in the bulletin, KFUPM bulletin. This form in the description, we are expecting to see a list of the main topics as a paragraph. So we are expecting to not have, I mean, any description here for the, I mean, sometimes we will see, inshallah, in the activity that some of the descriptions, it has many descriptive, I mean, words for the course. However, what we need here only to have a standard form, which is only you need to list the main topics in a paragraph form. And this is an example, as you can see here. And for example, for this course, these are the main, I mean, topics, which is the foundation, for example, of data mining and big data analysis, statistics analysis of every database that do not fit on a single computer, popular. So it is, as you can see, it is listing the main topics in the course without any further or any other descriptions. For the course main objectives, actually here we need to differentiate between the objectives and the outcomes. The objectives are the aims of the instructor. So you can see the aims of the instructor are to describe big data, to explain big data, and so on. So we don't want to see the outcomes. And some of the in some of the course specification, we saw that they are putting the outcomes as is in the objectives. So this is not, I mean, correct. As we said, the objectives, it should be articulated from the point of view of the instructor. So they are the aims of the instructor. And this is example, as you can see, mostly to describe, for example, big data to the students, to explain big data, to introduce to the students designing, analyzing, and presenting experiments on big data, and so on. So, the role here in the objectives, you should not exceed 6 objectives. So the automated system will not accept, I mean, if you have more than 6 objectives. Now, for the student, for the CLOs, or the student outcomes at the course level, as you can see here, we have 3 domains. So you need to fill the domains. We have some also roles here to follow. At the course level, as you can see, you need to list all the CLOs. We call them CLOs, course learning outcomes. And these outcomes should be mapped to some of the BLOs. And these are the roles. We have around 4 main roles that you need to follow when you fill this outcomes. And we will have in this series, we'll have detailed workshop about how to write and how to classify the outcomes in these 3 domains and so on. But the main thing that we need to describe here is that the mapping rules, as you can see, the first rule is number of CLOs within the range of 4 to 7. So you need to have outcomes not less than 4 and not more than 7. So you need to be in that range. Okay. And this is, by the way, these rules already applicable now and implemented in the automated system. So you can, there is no violation. You cannot violate these rules. So the number of outcomes should be between in the range from 4 to 7. At least 1 CLO linked to a BLO. So we need to have at least 1 link here. You shouldn't, link all the outcomes, all CLOs. It is not expected to link all, but at least 1. So there should be a link between the course and the program. So at least 1 we need to see, a BLO for one of these outcomes. A CLO cannot be linked to more than 1 BLO. We have seen multiple, specifications. They are putting, for example, for 1 CLO, it is linked to BLO1, for example, and BLO2, and CBLO2. And this is not correct. At least, at most 1. The CLO shouldn't be linked to more than 1 BLO. Why? Because the BLO, the program is wider than it is. The umbrella for all the courses. So the outcomes mostly will be wider than the course level. The course outcomes should be more specific for the course. So if you have one of the outcomes here, it is related to 2 BLOs, so you need to split it to CLOs. So the system will not also allow you to link 1 CLO to more than 1 BLO. It is not necessary also to link all the CLOs to BLOs or to cover all the domains. And maybe some of the courses we will have only outcomes in skill domain. It is accepted and it's okay. But it's not mandatory to fill all the 3 domains in the course level. Okay. And also it is not necessary to link all them to the BLOs. As we said, at least 1 outcome should be linked. And this is an example for this part, as you can see here. We have and this is valid mapping or valid outcomes for 1 course. As you can see, there is no values. It's okay. The one of the CLOs has not been linked to the BLOs. It's also okay to have some of them not linked. But as we said, at least you need to have 1 BLO linked. And there is a single BLO linked to each CLO. So this is valid example. And so this is the example of the learning outcomes.
Dr. Anas.
Okay. Yes, please.
Yeah, is there an average number that should be there for the number of CLOs? Some people مثلا put a lot, 10 or plus 10 CLOs, and maybe less than 5. What is the good number?
I have, as we said in the previous, this is the rule. The number of CLOs should be within the range 4 to 7. The system will not allow you to go below 4 or above 7. So this is the range there that you should stick. I mean.
Okay. طيب تمام شكرا جزاك الله.
And now for the course contents, the first one is subject area credit hours. So here you need to classify the credit hours. So this course, for example, has 3 credit hours. Some of the courses they have, for example, in this credit hours, they have, for example, 2 of these credit hours, the content of the course related to the computer science or computer engineering, and 1 credit hour, the content related or the components related to the mathematics science. So, if you have all the course related to computer science, you will put the 3, for example, credit hours here. Otherwise, if you have, your course is multiple, can be, have multiple or the contents have multiple components in the course. So we need to distribute the credit hours in these components. And the total, the main thing is that the total or the sum of the credit hours that you will put here, it shouldn't exceed the credit hours of the course. So maybe you will have 2-1, for example, here, or you have or all of them 3 as in the example. And for example, this course, the 3 credit hours are related to the computer science. So this is just to classify, and you need to put numbers. Some I saw that some of the course specifications they are writing. Text. Here you need just to put numbers related to this. Classification. The second part in the course contents the topics. So you need to list all the topics as you can see in this example. To list all the topics in this course, and in each topic you need to put the contact hours that will be delivered for this topic. The sum of the contact hours shouldn't exceed the contact hours that you already specified in the first table. This is the contact hours. And now for the teaching and assessment, here you need to specify for each outcome, you need to specify the appropriate teaching strategy that will be used to cover this outcome, and also the appropriate assessment method. Okay. So in this example, as you can see, maybe the teaching strategy can be traditional lectures for the knowledge base, and the assignment will be exams and assignments. And for the skill domain, we'll have lectures, group discussion, group project. And for the assessment methods, you will have exams, project presentation, and reports. So these are just examples. And as we said, we will see, a detailed description for the outcomes in the upcoming AQAF presentations. These are just examples for that one. And then the third part, the other part is the assessment tasks. As you can see, this is an example. You need to specify the assessment tasks in this report. And by the way, one of the issues that we have seen in the course specifications that they are listing project in the assessment tasks. However, they didn't use the project based as a teaching strategy for the learning outcomes. So you need to have the consistent part, components in both the assessment methods as well as the assessment tasks. So here you need to put the week due for this assessment, and finally the proportion of the assessment score. As you can see, the assessment score should sum up to 100%. For the office hour, the main role here is to not exceed or not be less than 3 credit hours. For the credit hours, it shouldn't be less than 3 credit hours per course. This example here we have what 3 hours per course. The office hour. It shouldn't be less than 3 hours. And this is an example for this course. We are putting here 6 hours. It's the only thing that we need to put in this field. And then finally here you need to put the learning resources. List required text box if there is, list essential reference materials, journals, reports, recommended text box. This is the required part and this is recommended. part for both the textbook and reference materials. So these are mandatory maybe, or these are recommended for the students to go over. And this is list electronic material if there is, I mean, other websites, Facebook, Twitter, and some of the learning websites. And here, other learning materials such as computer-based software, professional standards or regulations, and software, and so on. And this is an example for this part. For this course, you have some websites. For example, here you have some recommended textbook and reference materials, some reference materials, and you have, this is the required textbook. And in the required textbook, it is very important to write it in a standard form. And so you need to have the date, the author, the name of the book, and also the publication date. And finally, this part, which is optional for the non-NCEE programs, it is optional, and you can leave it empty for the non-NCEE programs. And this is just in the first one, beside the office hours, I mean, which is, I mean, providing support for the students. We need to vote if there is, I mean, academic advising or something else, I mean, to be provided to support the student. So you need to add them in this part. The second part, you need to specify the facilities requirement, and for this course, if there is, I mean, if you need, I mean, some specific classrooms, I mean, or laboratories or some equipments. So it should be also specified in this part. Finally, the course specification. Also, sorry, the course evaluation. So what are the methods that you use to evaluate this course? And mostly in our at KFUPM, we have a common evaluation for all the courses, which is the student evaluation at the end of this semester, of the normal semester. So we need to both for example, the teaching and learning assessment by the evaluator will be the students here, and the evaluation method, you can see the surveys here, for example. Maybe some other courses, they have other methods for evaluating the courses. They have peer evaluation. So you can also add, and what are the, for example, there are, these are the areas, for example, teaching and learning process or learning outcomes. And the evaluator may be the student, the faculty member, or maybe the program leader, the chairman. And also the evaluation method may be direct or indirect, depends on the course and the instructor. So this is the last part in the course specification. And as we said, this part is optional, and hopefully, I don't know, maybe in the upcoming 2023, maybe some changes will happen. So this is the course specification template. And now we will go to the activity.
Excuse me, Dr. Anas, can we have some questions here before we go to the second element, if you don't mind?
Yes, please.
Yeah, for this, the last section about the evaluation for the course. Here we are using the teacher evaluation by the students, and also we have another survey, which is the course evaluation survey from the NCEE. So should we use both of them, or only one is enough?
Actually, as we said, this is optional. In our university, we have already the student evaluation, which is mandatory for all.
Yeah.
And it is enough for the courses. We have many courses, they have only this method. But for the NCEE, they have other methods for evaluating the course.
Okay, because our program accredited by the NCEE. So in the college, we are using both.
I think NCEE, they required peer evaluation and these things. So it depends.
So if we use the student evaluation, will be enough, right?
As we said, in the course in the program in the NCEE, they are requiring sometimes peer evaluation.
Okay, this one we are doing.
So the course should be, for example, reviewed by other peer faculty members.
Yeah, this is something different from the course evaluation survey, the NCEE. So we are doing the teacher evaluation by the students, and also we have something is called course evaluation survey You know, we have three in NCAA. We have course evaluation survey, we have field experience survey, and we have annual program. So we have three. So we're using one for the course. Then we are doing this peer review.
All of them, the evaluator is the student.
No. Yes, the course evaluation survey by the students also.
Okay.
Yeah, this is one thing. So if we use the student evaluation recommended and use from KFUPM, it will be enough, inshallah, right?
Yes, mostly. But as we said, for the NCAA, they are what I know about there is another part we will see in the course report, the credibility of the student results. And I think in DCC you are using this method, peer evaluation, right?
Okay. Yes, we are using, yeah. We are doing at the end of the semester or the year. طيب, another question we have in the course description, you said we have to list like the topics of the course, right?
Yes.
I think here the course description should be a general overview of the course. So what the course in general. If we list it like the topics, it means it will be like similar to the another section, which is the list of topics in the course. So why we have to repeat the same information 2 times in the same report? So my opinion is to put here in the course description general overview of the course. Then in the second section,
I would agree with you, but we need to stick to the bulletin form, standard form. That's why we need to have a unified, form for all the course specifications at KFUPM.
Yeah, but this one will be the same like the list of topics, right? In the second section.
As we said, this is the main topics. Maybe this will have more than this one. So maybe this one has more generic statements to cover all the topics in the course.
So we have to stick with this, right?
Yes.
Okay. Last comment. Now you are discussing one of the course specification for general course. What about the project courses? And for example, I'm having a capstone project, and if you see the cover page, we have most of the elements not exist. So should we have different template for the project, or just we have to keep the same and we put it none or not applicable?
Actually, for this question, as you know, we have also other type of courses other than normal courses. This is mainly the template designed for the normal courses. But for the other courses, unfortunately, we don't have a specific template for these courses. But what we are saying that you need to fill the applicable fields. And for example, each course has objectives, has outcomes. For the other parts that is not applicable for that course, you need to leave them empty.
Because I'm feeling in capstone, we have different elements, different components.
Yes. So, as you know, for NCAA, they have field experience template, which is very detailed for, for example, summer training and this type of courses.
Yeah.
But
yes, go ahead.
But for example, as we said, in our in our university here, we have only this template nowadays, currently, and for all the other courses, because in the system, in the automated system, unfortunately, we have only this template implemented. For the other courses, you need to fill, as we said, the applicable fields for that course, and maybe in future we will have, specific or customized templates for those courses.
Okay, thank you so much.
Sure.
Dr. Anas.
Yes, bro.
Can you please share this document we thought at the end of the presentation? This document
yes, I will share all.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome. So now we'll go to the activity. I will just send you, we have just a general discussion about this activity. I will send you an course specification that have violations for this, what we have seen, some roles. So you need to criticize these things. I will give you just 5 minutes to go over this document, and then we will have a general discussion about the issues that that's raised in this template. And then inshallah we will have after that a break for 5 minutes, and then we'll continue the workshop. I will send you the this activity in the chat. Don't know what's the issue here. Salman. Salman, are you here?
Yes, I am available.
Why it is not? I am trying to send the file, but I don't know why it is not. I mean, give me an error.
Can you email me? I will try to. You want to share it on?
Okay, right. I will email you.
So you want me to share it on chat?
Yes.
Okay. I have uploaded the file. in the
Okay.
chat.
Okay, now I'll give you 5 minutes, and then inshallah we will discuss the issues in this course specification. Okay, assalamu alaikum.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Okay, now I think we need to have a general discussion. If anybody have seen some issues in this course specification based on what we discussed in the previous part of the workshop. Yes.
How do we answer it? Do you want it in chat or we have to talk?
Yeah, talk, please.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have found that basically in the beginning, there is, you know, the objectives are few and the course description is not in topic form. It just try to explain.
Yes.
It says it will cover the following. This is not supposed to be, it will cover the following, just topics.
Yes, you are right. I think this part is any maybe it need to be removed. I mean, to meet the KFUPM standard form bulletin, so you need to remove this part and put only the topics as is. The first issue that you raised, that these are minimal, but as we said, for this part, it can be expected to have some courses have only 2, but the main rule here is to not exceed 6 objectives.
Okay,
So
thank
maybe
you.
these, 2 generic objectives.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Any other observation?
There's also a problem with this table here that you are showing, the mapping of CLOs and PLOs.
Yes.
There should be only one PLO for.
Yes, this is the other issue. We have a single CLO, it mapped to more than one PLO. And this is also, as we said, it is, not correct. We are expecting it to the CLO to be very specific, so it couldn't. Or and we said if you have this type of issue, so maybe the resolution is to split the outcome to 2 outcomes and link one to each single PLO. So this is as you can see, this is an issue. This is another issue. Also this one and this one. So all these need to be revised.
The other problem is the number of office hours. He's showing 2 office hours, and you said the minimum should be 3.
Yes, exactly. This is the office hour is 2, and it should be more than 3, as we said. And by the way, all these rules are implemented now in the system, and the system will not allow you to violate these rules.
The other issue, if you go up a little bit up, it shows he's talking about midterm exam, and he's showing major exams. So there's inconsistency in here. It says midterm exam, and when he goes and do the assessment plan there, he's showing major exams as if there are 2 major exams. So there should be consistency, I think.
Yes, this is another issue. I hope these issues are clear for all. Yes, Doctor. Yes, Dr. Said.
The sum total of the assessment proportions is not 100%.
This one.
This is 95% total.
Yes, this is another issue.
Can I add?
Yes, please, Ali.
The textbook name is not correct. It's incomplete. The author and the year.
Exactly.
Yes, this is not in a proper, way, to be listed here. You need to put also the publication year. So almost you cover all. Any other comments?
Also, the learning resources are not completed. He just gave the textbook, I think.
Yeah, but mostly this is the required part. And there is addition, these are additionals, and you can add them on. Okay, mostly we covered all the issues in this document. And also, I think we have another issue here, which is not related to this workshop. We will discuss it in detail in the other workshop. That this outcome is not fit under the values domain. The values domain is mostly for the teamwork, leadership, self-learning, ethics, academic ethics. But I mean, for this application, direct application for the knowledge, this needs to be moved to the skill part. And this, as we said, we will have a dedicated workshop about how to classify and how to write, design the learning outcomes. I think this is the last one. Okay, so I will continue now. I think we covered all. Here, this is the approval data is missing also. This is an important part. And this is also missing.
Dr. Anas,
yes, Sahid.
There is a weight in the final mark distribution for term projects, but this is not listed in the assessment method. The assessment method did not include projects, but there is a weight for it in the mark distribution.
You mean here?
Yes, here there is term project, item 5.
Yes, you are right.
But it's not in the assessment method.
Yeah, this is by the way, this is a common issue, and we have received many like this. As we said, we discussed it even in the presentation. We said that if you have a project in the course, so it is expected to see project-based teaching strategy here in the developing the outcome. So this is also another issue. Any comment else in this document? Okay. So we'll continue the last part here, which is the course. The second, I will have 5 minutes. Allow me. We'll have 5 minutes, just a break, and then after the break, we will continue the course report, and we will discuss some of the progress in the automation. We will see the how to access the automated version of course specification, and then inshallah we will finalize with feedback and question and answer. So you have 5 minutes break. Okay, I will continue the last part, the last template in the course file, which is the program, the course report, which is actually the main template in the course file, because as we said, the others are just attachments like samples, student samples for the exams and other like course material and these things. And the course specification already exists, and mostly you will only attach it to their course file. Is already prepared. We are expecting that is already prepared and exists. So the main focus of the instructor is to fill the course report. And as we said, if he is a coordinator, he needs to receive the data from the other instructors. And by the way, in the automated system, we have it is now enabling the coordinator to collect from the data. For example, student grade distribution, learning outcome assessment. It will be aggregated from the instructors of the course, and it will go to the coordinator to prepare the main coordinated file. This is in the automated system, and mostly, hopefully, it is already now implemented. It's finished. But maybe in the next semester we will do like piloting for some departments to just test the system, and then inshallah, hopefully, in the second semester from this year we will start using the course report system. So this is the last template, the main template for the course, and I have designed it in similar way for for the course specification. Each part has example, has sample. And for example, the first part here, you will just add the title, course code, department, college, the date of preparation for this course report. And this is the sample, for example. And you have this sample. Also, it has similar to the course specification. It has a checklist, and this is the main checklist for the course report. As you can see, these are the main parts. You have course identification. Course delivery will include the cover of the planned topics and the course student outcome assessment. Course result will include the distribution of grades, IC grade, results analysis, and related to this part, to course results. And then the course evaluation will have student evaluation, as we said, and we have student evaluation for the course as well as for the textbook. And in this case, the instructor need to respond to this the feedback from the students, and they will have some recommendation for improvements for the course at the end of this part. And then there is a quality improvement, which is, as we said, NCAA requirements. It is any optional, and but it is mandatory for NCAA. We don't know what's the changes upcoming, as Dr. Basham said in his presentation, but this will be clear, inshallah, from the next year. This is the course.
Can I have a question, please? Regarding this item D, student evaluation of the course, is it the instructor evaluation or something else?
No, as we said, the student evaluation has three parts: the instructor evaluation, the course, and the textbook. So you need only to exclude the instructor evaluation and just include the course and textbook evaluation.
Okay.
Yeah, and it can be easily extracted from the system. Okay. Okay. And this is example for the checklist. As we said, yani for the parts that is not included, you need to put some justification why they are not included. And this is also, you need to put the name of the instructor or coordinator, the signature, the date. Also the reviewer. The course report should be reviewed by, for example, a committee. And you need the representative to have signature here. This is just example for the instructor as well as the reviewer for the course report. And in the system, as you know, for the course specification as well as for the course report, there will be a maintainer, we call it maintainer, and reviewer. So it should go, should be reviewed even in the system. And even there is a cycle between the reviewer and the maintainer until all the reviewer comments will be implemented. Then the course report or the course specification will go to the upper level, which is the chairman. Now for the first part, the course identification, you need to put the instructor name of the course. If it is coordinated, so you have multiple instructor here. And for each instructor, you need to put the location. The location mainly will be, as we said, the main campus or DCC. And for each instructor, you need to put number of sections that the instructor is responsible for. And then here you need to put the starting number of students who started the course, as well as for those who completed the course. As we said, for starting the course, you need to exclude the registration period, because after the registration, any student will drop the course, he will get W. So all those who get W included in the starting the course, this number. And completing the course, all the students who get a letter grade will be included in this number. And as we said, the definitions of all the terms, if the template, you can see it in the tutorial. There is, definition for all these terms. Detailed definition for each term or phrase here. So this is the first table you need to fill, and then the year or semester at which this report applies. Number of students who started the course, which is the total of this. If you have, multiple instructors, if it is a coordinated, so the summation of the total of this column will be put in this part. Who completed also the total of this part. and then number of students who took the final exam, and mostly they completed and final exam took a final exam, mostly the same. And there's, I mean, some issue happened for some of the students. Maybe they are absent from the final exam. For the total course contact hours, you need to compare what you planned on the actual. And the planned, by the way, if you remember in the course specification, there is a table for the contact hours, right? So the data here in the first column, it will be extracted from the course specification, and we need to show in the actual implementation, is there a deviation from the planned or not? So you will see, you will both need the actual. For example, for the contact hours for the lecture, maybe it was in the course specification 45, but when you in the actual it was, for example, 33. So there is deviation now. What are the reasons? You need to discuss this in the course report also. This is an example for the first part. As you can see, this is the location, exact location for the course. This is the number of sections. It is, I mean, single instructor. The number of students who started the course 20, and the number who completed the course are 15. So there are some of the students, maybe 5 students got W or IC. This is the year at which this report applies for, which is, for example, this semester 201. And this is, as we said, the total. If it is only one number, it will be the similar. Otherwise, you need to sum or to take the summation of this column and this column and put them in the started and completed. And the final exam, all of them, all the who completed already attended the exam. And as you can see, there is a consistency between the planned as well as the actual contact hours, which is 45, and this is the total. I have put, I mean, simple, example for this course. And so you can, for example, for the other part, this part, course delivery, we assume that if all the topics are covered, so this will be empty. So it will be left empty. But in this part, if some of the topics not covered, some of the topics that is already mentioned in the course specification. If there are some of the topics not covered, you need to fill these topics in this part. So you'll put the topic and you will put the reason for not covering, why it is not covered. I mean, maybe the big material, or there is something, critical situation like Corona or something, avoiding to complete all the topics of the course. So you need to put the reason here. You need to put the extent of their impact on learning outcomes. So what are the topics that are affected by this, by not covering this topic? So you need to put the outcomes that were affected, and you need to put the compensation suggestion, compensating actions to cover or to recover this topic. Maybe, and it will be add something to the next class or the other courses.
Quick question.
Yes, if it is a quick, because we maybe we will lift the question to the end.
Completing number of students include the DN students? The students that receive DNs?
No, this is, as we said, this includes only the those who will take the letter grade from A to F, A+ to A to F. Okay. And as we said, there is definitions, and you will see, exact definitions in the tutorial for all these things. I will show you, inshallah, at the end. I think it is here. Yeah, these are the definitions. It is in the tutorial, and you can go to the tutorial in the folder that I show you at the beginning, and you will see definitions. And for example, for these things, everything. For example, for number of students who completed the course are those who got letter grade in Assalamu alaikum.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
Allah, I am very sorry. I'm very sorry for this. I mean, I don't know what's the problem with the internet. So we'll continue. I think we covered this part, right? Consequences of topics were not fully covered.
Yes.
Yes. So now the learning outcome assessment, CLO's assessment, as we said, and this is just a summary for the outcome assessments. The detailed report should be attached also to the course file. And as you can see in this part, you need to, by the way, for the 3 columns, and these 3 columns already exist in the course specification. And in the automated system, it will be fetched directly from the course specification. The instructor needs to fill the other fields, which is the assessment results and comments on assessment results. And this is, as we said, this is a summary assessment table for the CLOs. So for each CLO, you need to put the criteria for success. For example, 70% or 75%, depends. And then the actual score that you got for this outcome. And then here the comments, if it is achieved or not achieved. If it is not achieved, so you may need to put, some recommendations here to overcome the not achieved outcomes. So this is the also at the end, maybe you need to have some recommendations based on the results of all the outcomes. And this is an example, as you can see. And these are the outcomes that we have seen in the previous course specification. As we said, this is already taken from the course specification, all of them. And now the criteria here is 70% for these outcomes, for these, CLOs. And these are the actual results. And as you can see from the actual results, all achieved. So in the recommendation, you may see that all the acceptable. As you can see, it is found that the average score are all above the acceptable level of performance, and you may not need to add any recommendation for this one.
دكتور أنس معلش سؤال بس سريع.
Yes, please.
So who specified this target criteria score? Instructor?
Actually, there is no specific target, from, for example, standard target to be specified. We didn't see, a specific value. So I think this is related, left to the departments, maybe a specific committee, maybe the instructor. Okay. They can agree on these targets for their courses.
And it should not be the same for all. CLOs.
Yeah, there is no, specific, value for all.
And does it have to be the same for every semester? Yeah, same course.
That doesn't have to be same course. Sometimes maybe you will put it the next semester. It may raise to 75. Depends on your analysis and the history data of this outcome. There is no specific value for this one. Yes.
One question, Dr. Anas, regarding this who decides about the actual assessment results?
The actual, this is from your direct assessment. You have either direct or indirect assessment for the outcome, right? If it is a direct assessment, so you have, for example, a specific question in final exam for this part. So you will collect the results of this question, and then from the results, you will get the value. You will take the average. The average from all the students, and this will be your actual value.
Of this category of the questions.
Yes. And as we said, we will have a detailed, workshop about how to assess these outcomes.
Okay, thanks.
So the other part is the results. As you can see here, in the results part, we have grade distribution. So you need to have, I will go directly to the sample, it will be clear here. So you need to have how many students. For example, for this course, as we said, we have 20 students, 15 of them, they already complete the course and they have grades. So this is the number of the students. And for example, A+, we have 2 students, which is the 10% of the students, they got A+. 10% of the students, they got A, and so on, for all things. And we have only 1 student who took IC, which is 5% of the students. And we have 4 students who got W, which is 20% of the students, okay? So this is, I think, we are all familiar with this part. You need also only to put the number of students and the percentage for each letter grade. And this is the average GPA for the course. You need to, depends on the points related to each letter grade. The points already specified by the registrar. If you go to the bulletin, I already took a, I took this from the latest bulletin in the registrar. And these are the points, which is out of 4, which is related to our, scale. So you will take you will use these points in order to calculate the average GPA. So for example, for this one, it is 4. So we'll multiply 4 by 2 students plus, for example, 3.75 by 2 and so on to get the average GPA for the students. And then here, this table is related to the students who took the IC for this course. You need to list them all. This part, you need to list the ID and the student name, reason for IC grade, and then expected date of removal of the IC grade.
One more question, Dr. Anas. Regarding this average GPA, we include those grades which are the letter grades from A+.
Yeah, the letter grades, these grades.
Or F, up to F.
Yes.
Not beyond that.
Yes, this is the number of students.
That's good. That's right.
And then you need to put analysis for these results. If, for example, all the students in the high side or in the low side, so if there is, something there is a significant variation in the distribution, so we are expecting to see some analysis, the reason behind this, and maybe some recommendations if needed. This part is about the course evaluation, and the course evaluation, as we said, we have only the main evaluation for the course is the student evaluation at KFUPM, and we have for the course as well as for the textbook. So this is this table for the course and this table for the textbook. You need to put the date of the survey, maybe the semester, per semester, the number of participants, students participated in this survey, percentage of the students to the total of the students, and also the evaluation results for this part, for the course. Okay, for the course, you need to put the total, sorry. You need to put the evaluation result for the course, as well as here you need to put the evaluation for the textbook. So you need to extract, by the way, the student feedback, it is not, classified in these 3 classes or these 3 categories. So the instructor needs to take this, the feedback from the students, the comments, and classify them as strengths, areas for improvements, and suggestions for improvements. Okay. And then you need to respond for each part of this part. You need to respond either to agree with the students and see what recommendation, or to justify, if needed. This is for the course as well as for the textbook. There is similar table, and there are at the end some of the recommendations. And by the way, you can see that we have recommendations at the end, mostly at the end of each part. We have recommendations, and these recommendations are expected to be seen in the last part. The last part, there is like aggregate. You will aggregate all the recommendations from those sections and put them as put action plan for next semester. So for each recommendation you put in these sections, you will put detailed action plan, how it will be implemented in the next semester or upcoming semesters. Depends on the recommendation. So in this part also, as we said, in the course evaluation, you will have the part to put your recommendation based on the student feedback on these things. Okay. Now, this part, as we said, it is NCAA requirements, so it is mandatory for NCAA programs. Currently it is like this. The quality of improvement. Here, mainly, you will see, you will investigate the teaching strategies, assessment methods, activities that you used in the course, and try to see if they were effective or not. If they are not effective, you will suggest some improvement for these teaching strategies or assessment methods. So the teaching strategies will be listed here, and this will be taken, as we said, and it will be taken from the course specification. There is part for teaching strategies that's mapped to the course learning outcomes, and you will see if they were they implemented, yes or no, and then the difficulties. If there is difficulties for implementing these teaching strategies, if there is no difficulties, so you can see you can leave them empty if everything is okay. So it can be left, I mean, all of them implemented and there is no difficulties experienced. So this can be left empty also. And this one for the assessment methods, also you need to investigate if they were effective or not. And then this is the verification of credibility of student results. As we said, some of the programs they are using, for example, here peer evaluation. So the student results can be remarked by other instructor, or samples of these results can be marked by other instructor, just to verify that the results are correct. And if there is some, I mean, observations about these methods. So you need to add them here. Also, if there is other evaluation, I mean, rather than the student evaluation, as we said, the default one here at KFUPM, the student evaluation. However, there are, I mean, other methods. For example, as Dr. Hani said, there is surveys for the student outcomes and these things. So these other evaluations can be added in this part. It is, as you can see, similar. You need to put the evaluation method. If it is surveys, for example, date of the survey, and you need to put the evaluator, if it is the student or the teacher or the faculty members or some leaders or chairman, or so you need to put his comments here, and you need to respond to the comments as instructor. And you need also at the end of this section, you need to put also some recommendations if needed. And these are the difficulties that you faced while you are, I mean, delivering this course. Maybe you have faced some administrative issues, like, for example, crowded class, for example, or lack in some of the learning resources, or the facilities, maybe labs or something like this, or equipments like computers or other equipments. So any issue you have encountered during delivering this course, so it is better to report it here and discuss the consequences, I mean, for this issue. And if you have, I mean, actions, if you already take some actions to resolve this issue, you need to also report it in this table. And finally, in this part, the quality improvement, you need to close the loop of the previous report. So we are expecting that in the previous report, you have, I mean, some recommendations. Were they implemented or partially implemented? So we need to follow up with the previous recommendations from the previous report in this part. So we'll put the previous recommendations from the last semester, for example, and the detailed actions and the results. So maybe partially implemented, completely implemented, not implemented at all, and then you need to comment in this part here. So this is the last part in this section, quality improvement section, which is we recommend to go for it. I mean, if you want to improve the course, actually. And this is example for that. As you can see, we have taken the teaching strategies from the course specification, and we said all of them implemented, and there is no difficulties. So it is simply, it can, if there is no difficulties and it is like this, so it can be filled directly like this. And similarly for the assessment plan, for the assessment methods. And this is, as we said, sometimes you need to have some faculty to verify the result of the students, and the results was fair evaluation. There was, I mean, correct, I mean, marking. And this is, there is no, for example, if there is no course evaluation. This is just, all this part is just example or sample for the quality improvement section. And there is no difficulties, even administrative issues, learning resources, facilities, and there were no recommendations. Actually, this is not, and mostly you will have some recommendations from the previous report. So even all these things will be fetched even in the automated system. And in the automated system, for example, in the other, in the next course file, you will see automatically you will see the previous recommendations in this table, and you need to comment on them. Only you need to comment. All the data will be fetched from the previous course report. And finally, in the course report, closing the loop, as we said, you need to have all the recommendations. That is, you collect all the recommendations from these sections, and if you have other recommendations for improvement for this course, you need to list them here. Actual action, detailed action plan for each recommendation, and the responsible person that's responsible for implementing this recommendation. And then you need to have timeline. You need to specify, for example, in semesters, maybe 1 or 2 semesters. You will start, for example, for 201 and you will end on 223, for example. So you need to have timeline for implementing this recommendation. And if there is, needed for support to implement this recommendation, you need to put it. So this is your plan to improve the course in the future or in the upcoming semesters. And this is a sample also for this one. We have put this one, the course, conduct a course revision with taken in consideration the student feedback, because as you said in the sample, we have seen that some of the students, they added some feedback to reduce the material and the assignments and these things. Depends on in the example. And so there is an action to have a revision for the course. This is the timeline. This instructor is the responsible one. And this is the timeline 231 to 232. And there is no need for any support for this one. So this is the last part in the course report. And now finally, I will go quickly just to show you the progress in the automation. In the automation, actually, we started, as we said, for the course specification, it's already completely implemented now, and it's already used by all the departments mostly. And this is the statistics of uploading these the course specification to the system. Around 60% of the course specifications of KFUPM are now already available online. You can access them. You can go to this link and access all the course specification of the KFUPM courses. I will go to this site. I will show you how to access this site. So the website is courses at KFUPM. Sorry, .kfupm. Say English name. So this is the main website. You will need to have to put your username and password. So as you can see, this is the course specification website. Okay. If you need to access any course specification at KFUPM, you need to go to this one, all KFUPM courses. And you need to filter here. If you want, for example, the ICS, for example, courses, here is search. I don't know what this. And you do search, so you'll get all the ICS courses. And for any course, you will go to, if you need to download the specific course specification, go to download, and you'll see the course specification. Even the syllabus. The syllabus in 2 versions, PDF or document. And the syllabus is not complete, and it will fetch the needed information from course specification if you are the instructor. So you can go and download this Word document, and then fill your additional information to finalize your syllabus. So it is good, to have it, because it will fetch the objective, the learning outcomes, the topics, the assessment tasks. So many things will be fetched from the course specification. And for example, if you go to the course specification here, you will see the course specification for this course, that's structure and algorithm. And this is now This is real implementation. This is real course specification. So it is good for, I mean, the instructors, if they need to go to and see some specification for other courses, they can go directly to this website. Okay. Now, for the automation, as we said, there are also dedicated, there is a tutorial, I mean, full tutorial for describing the whole system. It is already there in the AQAF shared folder that we have seen at the beginning of this lecture. But however, I will show you now as a maintainer, for example, as a maintainer, if you have if you need to edit some of these courses, as you said, all KFUPM courses, from here you can access any course specification at KFUPM. This is pending tasks. Pending tasks means that if you have been assigned as a maintainer to fill some course specification, you will see your tasks here. If you have been assigned as a reviewer, you will see also a list of the courses that you are responsible to review them. So you can complete these tasks one by one, and you can go over them from here directly. Or you can go from course list if you want. Course list, it will show you also the course specification that need, for example, you are a maintainer, for example, to fill this course specification. So for example, for this course GS, for example, XXX, I am the maintainer here. So the state here, the status, it will show you the course now. I mean, at the maintainer, or with the reviewer, or with the chairman. So it will show you the where the course within the workflow of the course approval. So now, as you can see, it is at the maintainer. And as a maintainer, if I want to edit this course, I need to go to actions and to go to edit here. So directly you can go and start filling the course specification. As you can see, these are the main sections. If you remember what we have taken in this workshop, these are the main sections in the course specification: course identification and general information, course description, objectives and learning outcomes, course contents, assessment tasks, learning resources, course evaluation, and other NCAA accreditation programs. These are the sections that we have seen in the template. So you can go directly and copy and paste from this template if it is already there. So you can copy and paste and fill all these information. As we said, there is a detailed tutorial how to use the system. It is already published in the shared folder that I show you at the beginning of this workshop. So at the end of the when you finalize filling this form, you may need also if you want to save it or to submit it to the reviewer. If you will submit it to the reviewer, it will go to the reviewer, and then you cannot edit after submitting this form. It will go to the reviewer. The reviewer will do some comments and he can send it back to you. And in this case, you need to implement all the comments of the reviewer. The comments of the reviewer will appear here. And for example, for this section, as you can see, 0. So there is no comments for this section. For this section, I have received one comment. This is one comment, for example. You can click on it and you will see the comment of the reviewer, and you can also reply to this comment here or respond. Okay, you can respond and post your response and send it back also to the reviewer. So it can go back and forth to from between you and the reviewer until you implemented all the comments. Then the reviewer can send it to the chairman. As we said, for the automation, we will have maybe inshallah a dedicated workshop to discuss this in detail. If you want the tutorial already there in the folder. So this is the for the course report. We have received, from ICTC that they completed the implementation. However, there are still some minor issues they will cover. And then, as we said, inshallah, we will have dedicated, if it is before, the actual implementation, we will have, dedicated workshop to see how these forms can be filled and approved.
Dr. Anas.
Yes, please. So this is the last thing for this workshop. So I will open the floor now if you have any question.
If you allow me, thank you very much for your presentation. I have just one minor comment about the automation system that you just discussed. So the automation, I have to, my understanding is copy paste the course description, objectives, and outcomes from the website of the courses into this form, right?
Not from the website, from the
Or-
course
or from-
specification template.
Yes, from the, yeah, which is available on the website, which is the courses.kfupm. That is
For those that are already available in the website, so they are already filled. Why you are, I mean, filling them?
I mean the system. Does the system take these information directly from the website, since it is available and it is the same information is already there and it wouldn't change? Wouldn't it be possible for the system to, if I just specify the course number and name, it will pull it automatically, so I don't have to, since we are talking about automation, right? If let's assume I'm taking a course, I'm evaluating a course, or I'm filling the course for ARE 330. If I specify the course and the course description wouldn't change, the learning outcome wouldn't change, it should pull it directly from the system. So there is no need for copy and pasting. This is just a suggestion. I'm not sure if it is implemented, and if it is not, why not?
Now let me clear this point. For the what I said if the course specification is not filled at all in the system, so it is not exist in the system. So in this case, you need to put it and add it to the system. After adding the course specification to the system, now for the course report, all the parts that's needed from the course specification, it will be automatically fetched to the course report. So the course report, if it will, when the course report will be automated, around 60% of the information will be fetched from the course specification directly. So that
I see.
Will add only some parts.
Okay, I see. I missed probably I missed that, but if that's the case, that's great. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any question? So if there is no questions, this is the end of this workshop. Thank you for attendance, and inshallah we will see you in the next presentation.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.